Hello, welcome back. Well, happy holidays. Welcome back. Welcome back to ABN AMRO live broadcast class. And yes, this is Amir Callahan. We I have prepared a lot of things for you, but you know what? The most exciting things, of course, is going to be AI Excel. The listing is going to be Friday. So anyway, we're going to go over the white paper later, a little more information about this IEO, and of course everything I've been talking about at all all markets are on the rise. So anyway, it's very exciting. So I have a lot of data, a lot of numbers, a lot of information for you. So just hang in there, all right? So thank you very much for all your support. And yes, it is very exciting week. Anyway, so let's keep going. We have financial news, we have market analysis, we have stock market is up, well, crypto market is definitely up, so that's for sure. And AI Excel, yes, is finally here, is on Friday. So anyway, and don't forget to take care of the payments. If you don't, they might have to take it away from you. If you don't pay on time by the deadline. Anyway, let's go over financial news. Let's go over some of the numbers we have. We have just came up today is red hot. So anyway, it's a CPI number. So take a look at it and see what we have here. So let's look at the report. There's a U.S. consumer price increase slightly on the annualized basis in November, but it is in line with the expectations. So anyway, so let's look at it. Let's look into the numbers. The CPI rose by 2.7% last month, as is expected, and it's a little more than October. October is like 2.6%. So anyway, when it comes to month, the reading climbed around 0.3%. Also expected though, so which is very good, above the 0.2% the prior month. So we're talking about October. So yes, it is increasing, but the thing is, it is not big enough to be inflation, which is going to be good. So that's the reason why they had expected it that way. So let's go with the core. And this one, I have problems with that. The reason why is that once they took out the core, which has to do, when we said the core, which means that they're going to take out the food and fuel, it actually goes up to 3.3%. And I have an issue right here. And the reason why is that because our fuel price went down dramatically. So now, and then we take out the food and it still goes up. So we have an issue. So what is that? What is that issue? I think our food price is going up like crazy. So that is my analysis of that. So anyway, so we are going to talk about fuel price too. We talk about gas price. We talk about gold later. So anyway, just hang in there. So anyway, when it comes to the core, the monthly base, well, we are looking at the month, the year for the 12 months is 3.3%, and month to month is 0.3%. It's also in line. So anyway, and it didn't change from October. So the number is good, but there are prices that is going down, and this number is not going down. So that's the reason why I have problems with that. So anyway, so the Federal Reserve has already cut 75 basis points. So we are going to have the last meeting for the year for the Federal Reserve, December 17th and 18th. And then probably afternoon on the 18th, then Jerome Powell is going to come out and to tell us what we're going to do with interest rates. And yes, great news too, Jerome Powell is going to stay as the president of the Federal Reserve. So anyway, well, so that's basically what is very good news. All right, so that's CPI. And the number is in line that we probably going to get to a 25 basis point cuts as well. But however, you got to understand this too. Before that, before the prediction is we are supposed to have 125 basis points cuts this year, but now we only have 75. So anyway, and I don't think we're going to do another 50. So anyway, 25 basis points on the 18th, and hopefully all the other numbers by this week. We have more numbers coming in tomorrow and Friday. So hopefully everything's in line, and we got next week as well. So let's see how it goes. So as I said, I'm going to talk about gas price, and also we talk about gold price. Well, as you know, we've probably been in the gas pump, and the gas price is going down. Now this is like the first time for the longest time they have average U.S. gasoline price fall below $3 a gallon. So it's been like the last time it was like 3 years ago. So anyway, it was announced it was calculated and everything. So which is totally awesome. I don't know who did this, but it seems like there were some people just saying that President Biden and its administration have been doing really hard work. So like the inflation is in control. So that's why towards the end of his term, finally inflation is in control. We got the interest rate down again, and then now the gas price. However, and it's such an interesting coincidence that everything also happened right after President Trump got reelected. So I don't know what it is, but you know what? I think everything is looking great, and then yes. So my V8 is not going to be a problem anymore. So anyway, so the national average price for the regular gasoline fell to $2.97 per gallon on Monday. That's the lowest ever since May 2021. And then the average retail price in Oklahoma was the lowest in the country, is $2.42. And let's move there. And of course, it's going to be the highest. We have Hawaii. Highest average price, $4.48. They forgot about California too. Oh, anyway, that is the gas, black gold, you can say. But anyway, so let's look into gold as well. The gold price is up, and which is quite good. We are looking at the reason why. It's kind of interesting though. Do you know which country is buying the most gold this year? It was China. They start buying gold ever since the beginning of this year. I think it was sometime last year too. And all of a sudden they stopped. I remember when they stopped when the gold price hit it $2,400. And then they stopped because they think it's a little too expensive. So they stopped, and then the gold price went down back to $2,200. And they didn't resume buying though. So but anyway, so let's look into some numbers too. The People's Bank of China said Saturday that it bought 160,000 ounces of gold. So anyway, so they resumed buying because they stopped like half a year. They haven't bought it yet. But until now, the gold price is back to right now it's over 2,700 already, and then they stopped buying it. So anyway. That's what I'm saying is that everything is going really good. Anyway, right now the gold price is $2,753 per ounce. So it's looking real good, and we're looking at the support level. We do the analysis, and we've seen the support level is right at 2,600. Like a little over 2,600. So it is quite solid gold. So it's looking great. So that is gas price and gold price. Is it time to invest? I think it's a little too expensive now, and the gold price actually doesn't go up that fast. So let's see about that. You want to buy gold? Always nice to buy gold. So now let's look into is another news. Well, since we're talking about China, we have NVIDIA is again, and it is quite interesting because China is claiming that they are launching an investigation with with Nvidia. The reason why is that they are Nvidia is suspected to be violating their country's anti-monopoly law. Basically, it's the antitrust law that we have, and also the EU's. So anyway, Nvidia already got called for EU's already, but now this is the first time that China is calling him monopoly, and which is interesting, and I can tell you why. All right, I got some inside. I got some inside news that not a lot of people that actually know about this. But anyway, I will tell you later. So let me go read the report. So the statement from the State Administration for the market regulations announcing the probe did not elaborate on how the U.S. company known for its AI and gaming chips might have violated Chinese anti-monopoly law. So it said that the U.S. chip maker is, in addition, suspected of violating commitments it made during its acquisition of the Israeli chip designer Malonex. Yes, that's how it's pronounced. So the technology under the terms outlined in the regulators 2020 condition approved of the deal. So anyway, the stock went down Monday, but it came right back up, especially today. Basically, across the board, the tech sector is up. The tech sector, the whole sector is up today. So anyway, so it doesn't really matter. It did, and you know what happened? Because we do have regulations that we are not allowed to sell China our AI chips. But however, why is China claiming that they have like an anti-monopoly law? They're violating? It's because Nvidia is still supplying China chips, but under regulation. So what it is that there is regulations that you cannot supply China with a certain kind of chips. Well, what they did, they kind of downgraded chips, so just to target to sell it to China. So that's why that 90% of the AI chips is in China is Nvidia's. And now China is trying to get their country to start buying their own AI chips. But of course, it takes them, I don't know how, I am not very sure how long they're going to take them to be like Nvidia's chips. So, but anyway, everybody's still getting Nvidia's chips. Well, even though it is a less of a version of that, but people is still selling like hotcakes because they are basically the only one that's supplying in this sector. So that is the reason why that they are launching investigation with Nvidia, because they are, I would call it a natural monopoly, but they are communists. So anyway, so I'm not gonna say much about that. But yes, Nvidia, it is smart. This company is very smart. Well, and then you know what? Besides Nvidia, who is really targeting this market in China, let me tell you, there are two more companies that's doing it. Microsoft is doing it. Well, there's another one. Amazon is doing it. And how they're going to do it? What they did is they're not directly selling to China, but they are letting China to use their technology. How it is that they are going to have offshore data center that is built, so then this China company can use those data centers and also the technology too. So, well, yes. So in a way that we're not allowed to, but this company, they all find ways to try to deal with China anyway. So yes, it is what's going on. It's just something we need to know. And yes, Nvidia is really, if you want to invest in Nvidia, I think we all have to have Nvidia in our portfolio. However, it is one of the stocks that it is not in the Bank of America US 1 list. So, and I can totally understand that. So anyway, that is Nvidia. So since we're talking about NVIDIA, let's go over is AMD, and AMD is not doing so well. Well, AMD is a direct competitor to NVIDIA. So who can compete with NVIDIA, right? So anyway, so Bank of America just downgraded AMD to neutral from buy in the on Monday, basically, based on the 2025 outlook. So the firm lowered its price target from 180 to 155, which is in line. I have to say, I can totally see that. The reason why, right now the stock is at $130. All right, it came up today. All tech stock across the board came up, rise today. And after the rise is still $130, and now they just lowered to the price target of 155. I like this company, but not that much. So anyway, and also reduce the 2025 and the 26 EPS estimate by 6% and 8% respectively. So reflecting before it was a 13 to 23% gap. So versus the consensus, so that is a really, really big gap there. So I'm not surprised about the downgrade. The two primary factors for me are BofA that is doing the downgrades. First of all, the bank is saying that the competitive pressure in AI from NVIDIA, of course, and also we have Marvell, and also we have Broadcom, that they are. So that's the reason why AMD is having a hard time just gaining market shares. And then also the bank notes that the recent largest cloud customer, Amazon, strongly indicated that the preference for alternative custom and NVIDIA products, basically. So there's a lack of demand for AMD. Yes, I can totally understand that. While other major cloud players such as Google has similar preference as well. So NVIDIA, even though if he is the monopoly of AI chips, I have to say it is natural monopoly. So there's nothing that antitrust can do with that. But of course, the government probably want to look into that, but that's nothing they can do. Well, still, BofA also forecasts, the Bank of America forecasts that AMD maintain just 4% of the $200 billion AI accelerators market in 2025, comparing to NVIDIA that is commanding 80% plus of the market shares. So anyway, second of all, there was two reasons for the downgrade. The second reason is a potential correction in the PC processor market during the first half of the 2025, added to the concern after a significant 40% half-and-half surge in AMD's client PC sales during the late 2024. BofA believed that the market could experience a slowdown, challenging AMD's growth momentum. So anyway, so that is AMD. So be very careful. But you know what? I still like this company, but they're just in trouble. That's all. They have not been doing so good. The next one, yes, MicroStrategy. And why am I talking about it? Because they are buying more Bitcoin again. All right. So they just bought more between December 2nd to the 8th, and they have to, because since they're a publicly trading company, and also that's a big amount, so then they have to report it. So that's why every time when they buy, and they have been buying non-stop buy, because every time they buy, I report it, and the stock is looking so good right now, it is not even funny. So anyway, we have the MicroStrategy revealed that Monday that increased the Bitcoin holdings, acquiring to 21,550 more Bitcoins for $2.1 billion. So the average purchase price, $98,783 per coin, including the fees and expenses. So the latest Bitcoin acquisition were funded through the proceeds from the sales of 5.42 million shares of its Class A common stocks under the sales agreement, which generated $2.13 billion, and they bought $2.1 billion worth of Bitcoin. So now let's look into first of all, let's look into the stock first. MicroStrategy has purchased Bitcoin for 5 consecutive Mondays, and the company shares are up around like not much, 470% this year, just this year. You know why? What happened? Because Bitcoin was at like 50,000. It was under 50,000 too, and they have been buying. So, and they have been buying for the last 4 years. So you think about that, and this year, and then just this year, Bitcoin's price already went up, doubled already. So, and then of course, that's how they make their money. Especially they were buying since 4 years ago. So as of December 8th, MicroStrategy now they own 423,650 Bitcoins, average for, well, the total value of $25 billion, $25.6 billion in average, still 60,324 per coin. That's the average cost for them. And that's the reason why they are just, their value, the company's value just kept jumping. Do they do other business? Yes, they do. It is a tech company. But the thing is, I think they make more money. They will probably, it's just the worth of the company is now basically based on Bitcoin. So, well, it is a very good strategy. But there was one bad news that we talked about. We were talking about Bitcoin holdings, because yesterday Bitcoin came down quite hard. And the reason why, we were talking about this last time, that Microsoft's supposed to be, they are voting on it and saying that, are they going to report their Bitcoin's reserve? It was turned down yesterday, so that's why Bitcoin came down to 94,000. But today everything's up. So then it's now back over $100,000. So yes, MicroStrategy is doing very good. The next one, this stock, I like it very much too, is Reddit, because this company just keep redefining themselves. And I think it is definitely awesome. And the shares of Reddit, well, if you don't know what Reddit is is basically a community that is kind of like, our investment group, but they have all different kinds of interests in that. So yeah, and they have been around for a long time. They just went public this year, and it is off the hook already. So anyway, the shares rose 3% on Monday pre-market, following an upgrade of Morgan Stanley, which raises its ratings to overweight, and now the target price is $200. Right now the stock is 165. Right now the highest point, it was 180 for this year. So, and then they were just and then when they did IPO, it was not that much. Trust me on that one. But they keep redefining themselves. So that's the reason why I love this company, and I will tell you why. Let's look into the report first. So the analysts over in Morgan Stanley, cited Reddit's strong engagement and advertising pipeline as key drivers to the future growth, flagging the platform potentials to outpace its peers in users engagement, time spent, and advertising revenue growth. And Reddit has already partners with all the sports leagues, that they will have the group, and they will have their community. They call it community in Reddit. So then what they did, like the NBA, the NFL, all that, the reason why it is user engagement, time spent, and also advertising revenue in those community, in those group. So anyway, so that's why this is one of the things they did really good, is that they try to keep redefining themselves and having good partners. So let me keep going with the report. So Morgan Stanley analysts underscored Reddit robust investment in 6 areas of engagement and 7 advertising innovation initiatives, which they believe are still in the early stage. So yes, it is right to, even though it's quite high right now, it is still a good time. So you can look in the picture I just showed you. We have the target price, target price before it was like $70 because you know what, it was like when it came out it was like $40. It was like I think it's like if I don't remember, it was like 20 something $30 per shares. Now it's 165, and now they are going to give in the price target. The price target is of 200. So yeah, definitely it's still definitely a buy. If you want to just keep it in your, if you just want to just keep it in your account, I think that is great too. So this investment could, with rapid advancement in the machine learning and the ad automations, are expected to drive the outsized returns. And that's another thing too. It's about machine learning. And the reason why I say they kind of like redefining themselves because like they finally they realize they are sitting on a gold mine because they have thousands of like communities, like they're talking to each other, like communities have different topics, they talk to each other, and they have been around for a long time, and they realize that they are sitting on a gold mine because you could use those real-time conversations and you can train, and they can use it to train AI. Yes, they are using, for example, OpenAI is using this data to train the LLM. So that's why when they realize that the stock just bam, just kind of just jumped real hard. So and then now we have Morgan Stanley's. I upgraded them as well, and I'm sure other ones too, other analysts as well. So well, then this is a definitely another ones that is nice to be in your portfolio. So that's Reddit. Well. And Walgreens was on the news. Well, and I was looking into it, and I realized that Walgreens it is the second largest pharmacies in the United States. So, but they are supposed, because the reason why they are on the news because someone tried to buy Walgreens. So it's private equity. So Walgreens is talking to sell itself to a private equity firm, is Sycamore Partners, according to persons familiar with the matter. Anyway, so the Walgreens has been working with advisors over the past few weeks that had also reached out to other potential buyers, but now they have them set on Sycamore. So. And but they have been losing money. Walgreens been losing money, and I have made a report before that the reason why is the management actually know where the problem is, but they are not. So I was so surprised that they know exactly where the problem is, but they did not act on it. And this is the reason why. Because they just tried to sell this. So then, because like 75% of the pharmacies are not making money at all, and then the drugs, it's the specialty drugs especially, that is not, the profit margin is so low, they're basically not making money on those. So that's why the only thing that they could do, so they were gonna have to manufacture their own generic brands for some of the drugs or over-the-counter drugs. They're having so much problem. But I guess they're not fixing it. The reason why is because they try to sell it. That's why. So now, and it's looking really good too. So the shares of the second largest U.S. pharmacy chain surged about 18% right after the news. So anyway, if the talks are successful, it could be Sycamore's biggest deal after the Walgreens market capitalized, reaching $9 billion following the third Tuesday rally. So in comparison, the Silver Lake said in April was the talent and entertainment agency. Endeavor Group Holdings private for $13 billion, so one of the largest private equities deal in a recent time. So anyway, right now, the market capitalization for Walgreens after rising 18%. Well, actually, it came down a little bit, came down another 5.5%. So you're looking at like around 12.5%. So it's still higher at 12.5%. With the like the market capitalization is $8.5 billion. They're offering them 9. So that's the reason why the stock jumped like that. So, well, let's see. And you know what? Which is the first, which is the biggest pharmacy group is CVS. Well, of course, there's like, if it's not CVS, Walgreens. But I'm so surprised, extremely surprised at how the revenue are so far apart from each other. CVS, we are looking at $159 billion in revenue and this year. And Walgreens is like $91 billion. So, I mean, that's a big, there's like 60, $70 billion difference. So, wow. Anyway, CVS is doing pretty good, I guess. So that's Walgreens. And let's go over, well, since it's a holiday season, and yes, let's look into Macy's. So Macy's, because the reason why is that the activist investor Barrington Capital has taken a stake in Macy's. They did not disclose how much, but they are trying to revitalize the retailer in a struggling stock. And I know they are right about this because Barrington, they saw something that Macy has been sitting on a gold mine and they don't even know it. Right now, the market capitalization is only like $4.5 billion, $4.6 billion, but it should supposed to worth a lot more, and I can tell you why. So the investor argues that the Macy's shares are deeply undervalued and suggested of forming a real estate subsidiary to unlock the potential of its owned and leased properties, which they estimate to be worth just that, between $5 to $9 billion, well above the Macy's current market valuation. So moreover, the Barrington and Thor are urging, Thor is that company, right? So it's like a real estate company. Anyway, so it's like urging Macy's to explore strategic options for its other brands. We have Bloomingdale and then Bluemercury, which they view as premium chains that could achieve higher valuation independently. So yes, basically, Barrington, what they're trying to do is they are trying to take Macy's apart and then just evaluate each one of them, because they realize that if they're going to take it apart, it is going to worth a lot more. And I can totally see that. You took Macy's and then you just and then you divide, and then you just kind of set it aside, and you have Bloomingdale's, you have Bluemercury's, and then we have the real estate company, and just the real estate company is going to worth a lot. I would say it's worth about $9 million. So this, and then plus they're going to separate out from the other two department store chains. Then this is Macy is like way undervalued. So so what I is saying that is that in Macy's, they're going to be doing a lot more other things too. So let's look at the report again. They are also pressing Macy's to reduce the capital expenditures to 1.2% to 2%, because right now their capex is at 4%. So they think that they could probably kind of drive it down. And they're going to do the stock buyback worth $2 billion to $3 billion, because I think it's a very smart move, especially they have to do it now. Because after the restructure, this is probably, they are saying that the stock is going to go up as much as 200%. With my evaluation, with my numbers and my team, we are evaluating if they really follows what they're supposed to do. I think this is a 400 to a 500% raise within the 3 years. So. Yes, so it's interesting, right? Macy just has big problems making money because of competition out there. But I guess it's looking up. Well, let's look into one more sector. This is the auto sector. It's in trouble. Like a lot of we have Nissan, Stellantis, they are in big trouble because they are losing money. People are not buying the vehicles. And especially the Nissan just came out in earlier October. Nissan Motor managers dialed in for regular online meetings with the CEO, Uchida. So there's like Makota Uchida. Okay, that's the CEO, right? That's the name of the CEO. Basically, what it says is that no one is buying their cars, and they have been losing money, and the cash they have is only good for the next 12 months. Yes, if they're gonna keep it the way it is, and I don't see anything they could change. Yes, they are going. Nissan is going to disappear. Nissan is supposed to be is probably still the biggest auto company in Japan, and they also have purchased Renault and then all that. It was really good until you know what happened until EV started coming out, and Nissan 2 years ago has the best selling EVs. But that's it. That was 2 years ago. And then EVs selling like hotcakes. And then, well, all of a sudden we have Tesla just came out and just beating it. Well, it's more than double the price. But you know what? Everybody loves it because you think about Nissan, the range is bad, the quality is bad, everything is bad. Even we're talking about the GTR, it's like $110,000 car. And the interior looks like it just looks really cheap. So I think, and then I think they're discontinuing it too. So even though that's like the only lines that they're making money. So anyway, and now it get worse is that the EV market in China is the Chinese. They are making these cars with much better quality, and it's much cheaper. It's half of the price, but it is much nicer, and that's what it's supposed to be. Because EVs are kind of like we have those RC cars, the radio control cars or RC cars. It's quite simple. They put a battery in and 4 wheels, and then they just try to make the interior much nicer than it's supposed to be, and everything that is manufactured in China anyway. So I'm sure they can make something much cheaper, but the interior nice and cheap. So, and Nissan cannot compete with that. So that's why it's not, for Nissan, the biggest market is United States. They're doing bad. And then China, no one's buying Nissan anymore. And then the Europe, same way too. So all across the world, no one's buying their cars. So anyway, so what they're trying to do is that they try to cut costs. They're gonna lay off employees. They are going to cut costs here and there. But you know what? I can totally understand when a company start laying off people because they are running out of ideas. So Nissan, stay away from it. I don't think they'll come back. And there are so many car manufacturers, they are going to disappear because of Tesla, because of the EV market, and everything just changed the whole game. All right. So I will keep an eye on this one here, but Nissan, just stay away from it. Just stay away from it. So that is the financial news. And now let's look into the market analysis. And today, the stock market is looking great. So let's look into the report. And the Nasdaq closed above 20,000 for the first time ever today as the tech resumes its rally following the inflation data that's largely cemented the Federal Reserve interest rate cuts next week. So let's look into it. Nasdaq is up 1.8%. So it closes at 20,034 points. Dow is down 99 points or 0.2%, and S&P is up too, gaining 0.8%. So actually, yes, it's always been like that. When the market is normal, Dow is down, Nasdaq and S&P is up, and we talked about that before. So the tech snapped out of the recent, just kind of like everything was just dropping, right? So, but today, Google, Nvidia, they are leading the rally. So everything else, basically, if you're a tech company, it's up. We have Google jump more than 5%. Nvidia, I forgot how much they went up. They went up quite good as well. And then we have Broadcom. It's up too, and there were other ones. There are quite a bit of other ones. So the reason why that, well, let's go back to Google. Google jumped more than 5%, adding to gains from the day earlier when the tech giant announced that a new breakthrough in quantum computing, which could just shape everything all over. So wow. It's just adding something better. So anyway, and then Broadcom also is up to more than 6% because it's reporting they're helping Apple to create an AI chips that that was like the information reported. So then, what does it mean? I guess we're gonna have a problem with the Snapdragons. But anyway, well, the Broadcom it is creating AI chips for Apple, so that's the reason why. And today, another gainer. We have another gainer here. It's Tesla. Tesla right now is $424. It's up 6% today. And this makes the world's richest person, Elon Musk, worth over, not much, just over $400 billion. He's like the first person that actually worth that much, over $400 billion. That is a lot of money. So that's why. So those are the stocks. Those are the stock market news. And now let's look into it is the cryptocurrencies. So the cryptocurrencies market, well, the secondary market has been mainly just it fluctuates and then is quite volatile. It's been adjusting. I always say it is adjusting recently, which are all good opportunities for us if we like to buying dips, buy low, sell high, right? So that's exactly what's going on. Basically, every single cryptocurrency is up. It just depends on how much. So Bitcoin has not actually fallen too much. I mean, yesterday because of the news for the Microsoft, it came down to 94,000, but it just came right back. Right now, Bitcoin is $101,000. It's up today. It's up 4.5%, and not just that. And it's not just Bitcoin itself. Let's look into is Ethereum. We have 308. It's like is $3,819, up 4%. So it's quite well. It's not as high as before, but you know what? It's getting there. It is going to get close to 4,000, and it will definitely pass 4,000. And then we have Solana, $228. It's up 6.5% to just for today. So everything's looking great, and everything crypto related, it is up too. We have Coinbase, $313. That is up 3.7%. And then we have, MicroStrategy is up 9% today, $411. So crypto market is looking so good. I mean, basically the whole market is just keep going and it's not going to stop. And so that's why I kept telling you to pay for the AI XL, your allotment, because if you don't, by the deadline's tomorrow. So anyway, you still have like a little more than 24 hours to get it done, because if you don't, then it will be listed. It will be listed. So then once it's listed and you haven't paid for it, then they will take your allotment away. So anyway, yeah, so that is the cryptocurrency. This is like the cryptocurrency market. So now let's look into it's an AIXL, the IEO, and I'm going to go over some of the information, the white paper, so we will know a little better about this crypto. All right. So anyway, so as I said, tomorrow is a deadline. Tomorrow is a deadline, and then it'll be listing first thing Friday. So it's very exciting news, and I have already told you that yes, just for the first day, just for the first day, we are predicting this going to be more than five. Just it's going to be up. Listing day within 24 hours, maybe 500%, 5 times. So looking at it is 50 cents. IEO is 50 cents, and then it should go by within 24 hours. It should go to $2.50 to $3. So that is that, and we are also looking at the within 30 days, 30 times, and then within 60 days, it's going to be 50 times. It's going to be I am being conservative about that. So anyway, so let's know a little more about AIXL, the ecosystem, because this is what it is a decentralized market. So AIXL ecosystem is center of the decentralized marketplace, building an open and innovative platform that provides user with a series of services such as smart contracts and personalized experience. So the decentralized market realizes the true peer-to-peer transactions, eliminate traditional intermediaries, and ensure an open trading environment. So users can freely trade a variety of digital assets and smart contracts in it to achieve a personalized experience. The ecosystem builds a reliable trust verification mechanism through blockchain technology to ensure the security and the traceability of the transactions. AIXL adopts a token economy model to motivate users to participate in the ecological construction and receive ecological incentives, and this mechanism facilitates the transaction of the diversified assets, including digital currencies, smart contracts, NFT, and etc. So the global nature of the decentralized market attracts a wide range of users and developers from all over the world, building a more inclusive ecosystem. Through this ecosystem, AIXL aims to subvert the traditional financial and service model, providing users with a more fair, open, security, and efficient digital trading and service environment, and promote the continuous innovation and develop of the entire platform. So now let's look into their AIXL's personalized experience. So the personalized experience is a core element in the AIXL ecosystem, providing users with customized digital services. By emphasizing the personal experience, AIXL strives to meet the unique needs and preference of users, thereby increasing the user's engagement and loyalty. In AIXL's decentralized marketplace, the personalized experience is reflected in the fact that users can choose digital assets, smart contracts, etc., according to their own preference to create their own digital assets portfolio. Users can customize smart contracts according to their personal interests and investment goals, enabling more flexible and intelligent asset management. This personalized options allows users to participate more fully in the ecosystem and enjoy personalized services in the digital era. So the automated executions of smart contracts is also a key element of the personalized experience. Users can customize various conditions through smart contracts to achieve automated tradings, management, and execution, improving trading efficiency and lowering the participation's threshold. This automated experience not only reduces the operational abundance on users, but also provides a smarter and more convenient services, creating a more comfortable digital environment for the users. Overall, AIXL empowers users with great autonomy and flexibility through the designs of personalized experience, enabling them to better realize their individual needs and shape their own digital experience in the decentralized market. The focus on user individuality will further promote the development of the AIXL ecosystem, attracting more users to participate and open up new horizons for personalized services in the digital era. So that is this is what the personalized experience is all about. And now let's go into the smart contracts automation and also the trust and verification. So in the AIXL ecosystem, the automated execution of the smart contracts empower users with more flexibility, with more flexible tradings and assets management capabilities. Users can set up the smart contracts to automate transactions, transfers, or other digital assets operations based on specific condition without human intervention, improving transaction efficiency and execution accuracy. This automated execution not only simplifies the user's operation process, but also lowers the participation threshold so more people can easily participate in the digital asset management. So now let's look into the trust and verification. So we have the trust verification mainly involve users' identity authentication, transactions, legitimacy verification, and the trustworthiness assessment of data source. So adopting advanced encryption technologies and distributed ledger technology, AIXL ensure users' identity and transactions data are effectively protected against potential fraud. At the same time, through a decentralized trust assessment system, AIXL is able to assess the credibility of the participants and improve the overall trust of the market. And this is it. So this is all I have for you for tonight. Definitely look forward to Friday. AIXL is going to go public. And have a great night. And I will be talking to you Sunday again. Have a great night. Goodbye.